Hey guys, Guildmaster Ben Daniel here. For those of you who are wondering what this particular video entails, let me tell you. If there's one thing that we all could use as a little refresher on, it's the fact that, well, let's just say that when it comes right down to it, I'm sure that there are probably a few questions about the creepypasta video that I did closer to the start of the month. One thing to keep in mind is the fact that, well, stuff like that is best left alone. Let me put it that way. In the meantime, let's talk Ruby. Actually, no. Better yet, it's the month of Halloween. So, why don't we talk about something horror related? Yeah, that's a good idea. Something like Five Nights at Freddy's. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be delving into that rabbit trail. Now, I'm going to be frank with you all. And despite the shaky camera, I'm going to say keep a very close ear out, you FNAF fans out there. I believe I have the be-all, end-all of FNAF theories. Now, for those of you who have been paying the utmost attention to anything FNAF, you guys will probably notice that Treesicle has been doing quite a few FNAF uploads as of late. In the meantime, though, something came up, and mind, I don't play FNAF. I just don't. Reasons being, I have yet to acquire a Steam account. Then when I do acquire an account on Steam, I'm going to be seeing what I can do about doing stuff related to Besiege and Undertale. But aside from financial matters in the guild, FNAF is pretty much... it's pivotal. Scott Cawthon left behind so many clues just in the games. Now, here's the deal. Treesicle actually pointed out something interesting. The fact that we have two Aftons to worry about. William Afton, presumably the owner or CEO of Afton Robotics, and his son, Michael Afton. One thing to note is that Scott Cawthon has left behind so many different clues behind as to what's going on, that some of those details slipped right underneath our very noses. For example, in the cake minigame in FNAF 2, if I recall, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but we see a crying child outside of the Fredbear Diner, and a purple guy comes up and then presumably kills the crying child, thereby making the first death associated with the Fazbear franchise. Now, look a little later, and we find that Michael Afton is a different shade of purple in comparison to this first purple guy. I think this is a very important detail that we've all been missing. Take a look for yourself. I mean, for crying out loud, compare notes. It's subtle, but there. A clearly different shade of purple is being used to represent the purple guy in the game FNAF 2 as opposed to FNAF 3. This is important! If you guys want to piece together the lore, keep in mind that we have two different purple guys to deal with. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. If you want to look into the lore and all that, by all means, might I suggest looking at the Game Theorist channel for anything FNAF related. And for crying out loud, take a look at Treesicle as well for that crap. And I use the term crap relatively loosely in this instance. For those of you who think that I think the FNAF franchise is crap, I don't think it's crap at all. It's just it's the kind of crap that I don't want to get into because it's the kind of crap that you want to have around that some people just won't want to have anything to do with on account of what it is. I'm one of those guys that typically tends to avoid directly playing the FNAF games. And trust me, the FNAF franchise is so full to the brim that it's not even funny. Just full to the brim with all sorts of clues as to the lore. But yeah, that's all I've got to say on the matter. In the meantime, this has been Danielle, Guildmaster of the Clockwork Guild, signing off. Sei Helva.